Hello, Steve White, Trickboy89 for Steve Arts89. Well, I am really tired of people attacking Gene Roddenberry. And I just want to comment on something that they always bring up, that they always get wrong, and it's really frustrating to hear people who don't understand how IP and copyright and royalties work and residuals work. When you create something, you have a contract and you're paid a certain amount for creating the song, the music, the design, whatever you do, the script, whatever you do, you get paid a set amount for your work, or you get paid a contract for a time that you're working for those people, and then you produce a certain amount of work during it. There are ways, it's all set up, it's all, the contracts are ironclad. Hollywood, has been doing this for 100 years, they know what they're doing. And one of the things that keeps coming up, people keep bringing up, is the fact that Gene wrote lyrics to the theme song that was used for Star Trek, because originally he had an idea of having it actually have a theme song, and he wrote that theme song, and he was going to get royalties for it, of course. He was paid for it, and he was going to get royalties if they used it. They didn't end up using it. They used opera singers' music, which had no lyrics, it was just noise. Alexander Courage created the theme, and he got paid for that, and he got paid residuals for that, and his contract has nothing to do with Gene's contract. He was paid a certain amount to create that theme, and he was paid a certain amount of residuals, and is paid a certain amount of residuals to his estate whenever they use that music. And that's got nothing, one's got nothing to do with the other. One didn't bite into the other. It's not like because they paid him for lyrics, they paid him less for the theme music. That's not how it works. That's not how it works. If you have a budget and you have a certain amount budgeted for a theme song, and someone writes the music and someone doesn't write the theme song, it doesn't mean they pay that money less. They just save money because they only had to pay for like a theme. So it's not like just in a pot of money, and like because they took some out for him, he got less. He got the same rate that was agreed on when he, took the job. So I'm just sick of that stupidity, and it's just annoying because they're always attacking Gene, usually for his personal life, mostly for the fact that his relationship with Majel Barrett, who he married and that lasted decades, started before he divorced from his first wife, which often happens when the relationship ends, people start seeing other people before they actually settle the divorce, which can take years. So the fact that people have to attack his personal life to try and discredit his creative input to Star Trek, that he created it himself, and they try to attribute it to, like I said, Lucille Ball, and they try to attribute it to Desilu and Disney and Gene L. Coon, who did do a lot of work developing Star Trek after Gene had created it when they went into series. But he created it. The other people came on later and they may have done a lot. Dorothy Fontana did a lot. They all get the credit they deserve. But Gene created Star Trek. It was his idea, his vision that he had by himself before any of these people knew what Star Trek was. And I'm so tired of people who seem to just have an issue with him being a white male, that they have to try and attribute it to Lucille Ball or someone else. I don't know why Gene Coon is so popular. He's another white male, so these people don't make any sense. But they just hate Gene. And it's so frustrating. It's really frustrating to see them always attacking him and always criticising him. And usually it's people with no talent who just can't handle someone having talent and actually creating something. But occasionally you get someone like Jessie Gender, who actually is doing something. She actually did a short film, and she's trying to get a TV series launched. So she actually is doing something creative, but she still hates Gene and attacks him every chance she can because she hates Star Trek, and she only likes New Trek, and she doesn't really acknowledge Star Trek for what it is and how it started and how it created the show that she now enjoys, which is all about diversity and representation, not about science fiction or Star Trek. So I'm all for diversity and representation. I'm glad that that's the only thing Kurtzman got right with his era of Star Trek, and I'm glad he's had that focus, but he threw everything else out that made Star Trek Star Trek. So, and I know a lot of people hate Star Trek just for its diversity, so all we have is diversity representation constantly being attacked by the toxic fans, and that's basically the Star Trek community today, and like the whole thing. So it's a mess, and I just want to talk about this for a minute or five, because I just really, really hate that people always attack Gene for this, and they always get it wrong, and they always try and make him out the bad guy, and act like he stole money from another creative person, which he didn't do. He may have got some money for himself out of lyrics that weren't used, but he didn't take from anyone else to do that. And they have to try and say that to try and make it look bad. Like, oh, how dare he write something and get paid for it even though they didn't use it. He spent the time and energy creating it. Just because they didn't use it doesn't mean he shouldn't have been paid for that. So yeah, they're just haters trying to make him look bad and spinning and twisting things out of either just being outright deceptive or just being ignorant of how copyright and royalties and all that work. And I've said that a million times, but it really annoys me, and I just want to talk about it for a few minutes, and I'm going to stop before I get to 6. Feel free to share, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think of this. Bye.